Hey, what's up guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Alberto Zertuche. Alright guys, so here I've got a Shimano tld25. What we're going to be doing is he wants a top shot, a 50-pound mono over his 40-pound Cortland Braid. The only bad thing is, like I said, we're still doing this spooling library of figuring out how much braid it takes to whatever mono we're putting on there. Now the good thing is I was already doing a spooling video with the Shimano LRS 50. So I already got a 100-yard section of 50-pound mono ready to go. I just got to transfer it from one reel to the next.
Gotta bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I gotta learn. I'ma call the whole team.
So that's going to help us get that started, and then I'm going to attach the hollow cord to that so I can get him his 40-pound that he's wanting on the reel. So let's go ahead and get this one set up here, and let me get y'all a little closer. Here we go. Got it. All right. Okay. Let's go and get that pulled up real quick. Oh, I don't even know why I tied it on. I'm gonna have to take it off because this is going to end up being the top shot of mono that he wants on top of the hollow core braid. So I'll get it on real quick. Make sure I don't have it under wrap. Okay. The hollow core you want. Oh, it don't matter on the 40-pound. I got green, I got blue, and I got white. Green? Now, again, with the mono and the hollow core splicing, when you have small diameter mono, 40-pound, 60-pound, stuff like that, I normally don't like doing a hollow core splice on it because what ends up happening, the mono stretches inside the hollow core and it bunches it up, and it gives more time, or it bunches it up, and because it bunches it up, it will end up causing a catch point. So when you're trolling through and you're catching grass or going through grass, it'll catch the grass and it'll start messing with your line, so it'll start pulling drag more, and or when the fish wants to hit it, it'll distort the way your lure is supposed to be working. So we're not going to do that, but I am still going to do my hollow core splice here. So instead of doing a bimini twist, I can do this side with the hollow core splice. And let me back off, show you what I'm doing. So instead of doing a bimini twist on the braid side, I did a hollow core splice on itself. Now I'm going to go and do what they call a worm knot on this side for the mono. Let's go and get this up there. Lock that in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the mono. I'm going to use my finger to let me know which side I'm pointing to. So I can start it, and I'm going to wrap 13 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and on 13. And yeah, I didn't do the hollow core splice because of the knot deal or the bunch up of the braid, but at the same time, This one has a little more of an on ramp and an off ramp where it will, as it's being trolled through, the seaweed should come up and off of it. But so we got, that's the worm, and it looks like basically like a little larva. Okay. And I just realized I didn't reset my line counter, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is just spool it up to where we want to stop. Then I'm going to cut the braid, and when I invert the braid, I'll put the line counter on it, and we'll find out how much braid it has to the mono. So here we go. More braid, because I think we're about 700 yards of 40 so far.
Yeah, go up a little bit. Go about 100 more yards.
Okay. Right there. Good to go. All right guys, so like I said, I forgot to put on the line counter earlier, so we spooled it up to where the customer wants it. Now we're going to cut it, we're going to invert it, and then I'm going to put it back on the line counter, and we're going to see how much braid we got on here. So. And make sure my notes are good. So I'm going to put this right here. this one spooling. One more time. When are y'all planning to go?
Well, actually, we're going to Beaufort, North Carolina this coming weekend.
Oh wow, okay. What are y'all gonna do out there?
We'll see if we can find some oil.
There you go. Well,
Bluefin should might be around too.
okay. Well, now that it's on the line counter right now, I can actually get a line count off of it. We'll see where we're at that way, but I'm still going to put it on again once I go to actually spooling the reel. So. Little heel keeps loosening up on me, so let's see if that'll hold it. What happened there? Oh, okay. My knot, I did a simple knot to separate the braids, and it came apart right at the knot. I was like, it scared me there for a second. I was like, hold on. It scared me. I was mesmerized by it just spooling. Like, I kind of didn't want it to end there for a second. But if it's correct, that should put you at 1,090 yards total. 100-pound mono, or the 50-pound mono, 100 yards. And oh yeah. All right, guys. So reset the line counter, get this set up, and
You got them. You want them to use the 10 out of the 13 out?
yeah, I should.
Yeah, that's what they get confused about. It's usually the 13, right?
Mm-hmm. So that would have been the big black drums too, not the shark label.
So then we built those already then? If we put the shark label on?
We did, but those would be with the 13 aught.
Mm-hmm.
The 10 aught would be the big black drum. Remember we had talked about that the other day? So yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad I got more coated cable and stuff, so they can just hang those up on the wall when you.
Well, no, they haven't. They started until she caught it, and she was kind of confused because you gave her the 13s.
Well, I already built like 10 or 12 of them already.
Of the 13 out?
Yeah. So what we can do is we can pull those out of the bags, get them hung up, and then they can start those fresh.
With the 10 out?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna have to cut more 200-pound mono for that the short section. Tell her good catch. Yeah, I even tell my workers, I said, I don't care if I tell you to do it, somebody else says there's 20 there, you count and make sure there's 20. So they were actually reading the invoice and they were wondering why I was telling them to make it with a 13 aught.
So these are your orders going to other places?
Yeah, going to another shop. So she actually caught it and I was like, good, that's exactly what I'm trying to. Yes, yes, very good.
Oh, so 900 yards.
Well, it'll be almost 1,000 yards because it was 1,095.
Oh.
So you got 100 yards of mono, so it's almost 1,000 yards of braid. But we're gonna double check it right now by putting it on here, and just make sure that's not gonna wrap there, and we're good. So this is a 40-pound, 16 strand Cortland Hollow core braid going on this Shimano tld25. Here. Alright guys, so I've got 200 yards of the 40-pound Cortland 16 strand on the Shimano. We're going to keep it going to fill it back up, see where it gets. Alright guys, that's 400 yards of the 60-pound Cortland on here. And it's looking mighty beautiful. Oop, I thought I was zoomed in. Sorry. Okay. Alright guys, that's 600 yards. And it's still got plenty more to go. Alright guys, that's 800 yards of the 40. We're still rolling it. Right at 1,000 yards. We got a little bit of braid on there, so we're at 1,000 yards of the 40-pound Cortland. Now the mono top shot I know is 100 yards of mono because we used this to be the top shot on the Shimano LRS, which was gonna intended being the top shot for one of these reels, so we got it going. Boom, right there, 1,100 yards. Gonna get this knot out of here. All right, so we've got 1,100 yards of the total braid, or total line capacity. We got 100 yards of 50-pound mono as a top shot. So we got 1,000 yards of 40-pound Cortland on this Shimano tld25. Yes, sir.